Hi, Jessie. I needed not to email you. I needed you to be able to see my face and my tone of voice and really make certain that we understood what happened on Wednesday. I can't thank you enough for the compassion that you have about what I'm doing. I should have asked you what you were doing by getting people involved, and I should have asked you more about the workshop, and we should have sat down and really worked on the hypotheses before we went in there. That was really important. So if we had developed hypotheses that would have led questions to answer what we needed answered. So we needed to know whether people know that you should have skills, yes or no. And if they don't know, why don't they know that? What is their belief around that? And so how are they preparing for birth based on that belief? And if they did know, what are the skills they've used? How did they work? How are they working? What's their belief around that? What is the goal of those skills? So there are a lot of questions that we needed to ask very specifically and very biasly, because asking questions like, how'd you feel when you got pregnant, or how'd you choose your lead maternity care, aren't relevant to what I know we need to do in order to change societal attitudes. What I learned from this is that I need to be really, really clear what people like yourself are investing their time in on behalf of us. So let's talk about the proposal. That proposal is now out of date. We can't now refer back to those articles. So I went after Wednesday and I went up to the Resource Center in Auckland and I photocopied the Midwifery Partnership Handbook and the Midwifery Guidelines to Practice. I'm counting in the partnership workshop how many times the word partnership is used and how it's used, because it's used in many, many different ways for midwives, but it's really only used in two ways for women, which is that women should choose and that women know what they want. So if we're going to strengthen the partnership, we have to find out how people are using that word. And let me give you an example around this. So in the partnership handbook, on the first page, it says that midwives have a philosophical underpinning that says that pregnancy and childbirth are normal life events. So when you hear the word normal, what does it elicit in you? Or does it elicit in me? Or what's the implication of that? Does it mean that it's good and safe and healthy? Or does it mean that women can bring into pregnancy lots of issues they can develop in pregnancy and childbirth? So already we have one word called normal associated to childbirth, and we're not on the same page. So in the next page, it says that midwives have a belief in normal birth. What does that mean? And then the next page, it says that the continuity of care midwifery practice, the partnership, enhances and protects the normal process of childbirth. So what does normal mean? So I've spent 45 years trying to deconfuse these words, and this is what this proposal is about. Now, I know we can talk about issues and words, and that's the issue, is the words. So I'm going to rewrite the proposal. So this is very delicate stuff because people are really hanging on to the belief system that has led to the midwifery model of care. And that model of care is being promoted as a global model. What's going to happen to that promotion when they find out that under continuity of care, midwives as lead maternity carers, that the cesarean rate is more than doubled under that care, with their underpinnings being normal birth? It's going to set midwifery back generations. So it's going to set women back as well. And that's why it's so important for our trust to really help everybody understand that skills create Andrea's statistics and not the statistics that are being created across the country at the present time. So I want to thank everybody who came. I also feel like I want to apologize because I did not do due diligence about this. I should have really talked with you about what this was going to be about, because there was a lot of time and energy and effort put into something that we didn't really need to rehash. So the debrief is pretty clear. I'll put some more requests for volunteers in Help Tank. Vashi is very keen to help us continue to do that. And I hope that you'll continue to work with us in some ways. You are the woman that we need. Rhys is the guy we need. So it's women like you and men like him that develop these skills. So I welcome us to sit down and talk about your birth at some point and to help you get deconfused about it. You're never going to be able to replay it. And having skills in your birth may not have changed anything except your capacity to feel in control, to manage and cope, deal with and handle everything that went on to you and around you, all the emotions and the physical issues. So I just can't thank you enough. I left there feeling absolutely emotionally exhausted because I knew that I had not used these volunteers' time as effectively as our trust needed to, and I was responsible for that. And I want to extend my apology to it. Hopefully, you'll continue to support this project and to know that if you feel I'm not being clear with volunteers, that I'd love a bird on my shoulder to help me get clear about what is needed and how to achieve that. Because of the workshop on Wednesday, I am refreshed and I'm inspired again in my determination and persistence and resilience to continue forward on this. So take care, Jessie, and thank you again for being who you are and caring in the way that you care.